In this video, I'm going to do a follow-up and recreation of the nails I did in the worst rated nail salon in North Carolina a few weeks ago. When I published this video, one of the most popular comments were, "Anastasia, can you please redo these nails, fix them, and show us how would you recreate the same design?" And this is what I'm about to do in this video. Coming up. Hello guys, this is Anastasia and this is the same hand after 2.5 weeks. Surprisingly, I didn't break a single nail. However, I reshaped them slightly because they were too pointy and it was simply uncomfortable to work with them. As you can see, my pinky is shorter, but I didn't break it. I had to file it down because I went to the hospital and the doctor insisted that I need to have at least one nail that is short. I decided to set myself for another challenge and we are going to recreate these nails, but we're not going to take them off. We are going to do fill. Spoiler alert, I regretted this at least 5 times as I was redoing these nails. This is the original idea of the design from Pinterest, which I asked for in the salon, and the only way to completely recreate this design and this shape and this length and this color is to start from scratch. So obviously I will not be able to achieve this by just doing the fill, but I just wanted to show you the technique I thought I'm going to use to create this art. Even though the sidewalls were missing and these nails didn't have apex, I didn't break a single nail, but we have a lot of product lifting on each nail. So first of all, I decided to reshape them and turn them into short square nails. And also I'm going to take off the product from the top. I'm using green carbide bit to do this and almost max speed, which is 28,000 rotations per minute. Since I have milky white acrylic on top, it's a little tricky to see the lifting right away, because you need to file off the product until it's super thin, and only now we can tell. You see this in the corner, the white part, this is where the product is lifted. At this point, I realized that this fill is going to be a challenge and it is definitely going to take longer if I would just take them off and do a new set. But like I said, I'm always up for new challenges. And since we have some time, I decided that I'm also going to respond to your questions because there were many repetitive questions under this video where I went to the salon. I filed down the product, now it's super thin and you can see that this part is lifted. The reason is that the product was applied too close to my skin and it started lifting almost after 2 days and then it was slowly growing. I'm also going to file some product underneath because all nails look extra curved and I would like to have like a traditional square shape. The first question is that did they use MMA monomer, which stands for methyl methacrylate, and this is highly toxic product and actually this is restricted by FDA to use in the salons. No, I'm pretty sure they used EMA, which is ethyl methacrylate acrylic, which is safe to use. Even though this salon had a very low rating on Yelp, according to the customer reviews, I can say that this salon was cheap. They charge around $80 for a full set, and the salon itself looks good, so no, they didn't use like super cheap or suspicious products. I'm not familiar with the exact brand that they used, but I think the products were completely okay. How long did it take? I was surprised by the speed they work with. I did only one hand, so it was extensions with tips and the design, and it took overall less than 1 hour. I think the work itself took just 45 minutes, because it was like another 5 and then another 5 minutes when the nail technician was looking for the products for this foil, but the work itself was very quick. What did they say when you asked for one hand? The nail technician was a little surprised because I assume people usually ask for a set on 2 hands, but I just said that I already have extensions on one hand, like it's already done, so I only need extensions on one hand. After I showed the picture of the design I would like to get, they told me the price for one hand, and honestly I don't know if they gave me the discount because this is just one hand or not, because they didn't have any price list online, so I have no idea how much they exactly charge for the same set but for two hands. Next question is that how did I film everything? Did they say anything about it? So my original plan was to call and to book in the salon and to ask in advance if I am able to record everything they will be doing. But like I said, it was not possible to book the appointment. They just said that they're taking walk-ins. Then I decided that I don't really want to bring any suspicions beforehand, so I didn't tell them that on the phone. And then when I entered the salon, I was actually going to ask them, but everything went so fast. Like when I entered, nobody asked me like if I would like a cup of coffee or anything. It was very quick. Just I sit down and they start working. So I just didn't find the right moment to ask it. Then I just started filming and nobody minded this. I didn't record people, I was only recording my hands, so as far as I understand, this is not restricted. I wasn't giving any comments as I was filming, or overall, like I said, I was very quiet during the service, so I was only observing and recording some things. And this was actually the idea of this video, and I'm so happy that the majority of my followers and everyone who saw this video got the right message. My idea was to go to the salon and I explained the reason why I did this. And then I thought that it also can be turned into a great educational experience. I mentioned things that I think are unacceptable, such as dust or some parts of the previous clients, such as free edge of the natural nails on the table, some unsanitary conditions, and then I also gave some comments regarding the work. Unfortunately, some people didn't get the message, especially on Instagram, so I got some negative comments about it, starting from everything was staged and these were paid actors, or that my goal was to actually bash some salon and to bring down the small business. Honestly, it was a little heartbreaking to get comments like this because my goal is exactly the opposite, to help nail technicians regardless of their experience or if they do have or not salons, and to learn from it. Meanwhile, I had to remove almost the entire Milky product because it was lifted, and now we only have the product on the free edge, the clear product with the foil. Then I push back the cuticles with the orange wood stick and proceed to dry manicure. And it seems like we will need to replace almost the half of the nail. We will also need to work on the sidewalls because even though I filed my nails almost twice short, the sidewalls are still missing, so we will need to rebuild them. I'm using diamond flame-shaped bead with red abrasive mark. The speed is 18,000 rotations per minute. I'm cleaning the area around the cuticles and doing the prep at the same time. There were also many comments with different ideas, like if I could continue this series of videos and maybe attend more salons. I like this idea, and also I will be visiting a few countries during the next months, so maybe I could go to the salons in different parts of the world. Let me know, guys, what do you think about this idea? And honestly, I will not want to go necessarily to the worst rated nail salons, maybe just regular salons, and just point out different things like how everything is organized, how do they work, and also I'm curious myself like how the service will be different from Russia or from the US. I'm also interested to see the small technical things, like which products are they going to use, which techniques they are going to implement if I ask for a certain design. I'm almost done with the prep, and then I do a slight reshaping with a hand file. At this point, I regret deciding to do a fill on these nails again because the shape is going to be hard to fix, and you will see it in a moment why it is so hard. So then let's apply the prep products. Since I removed almost the majority of the product, I only have product on the free edge now, we need to apply it on the nail bed area. So I apply dehydrator, let dry, and then I apply non-acid primer. And this is what original design looks looked like. Like I said, I will not be able to recreate this 100% because there is a different color underneath already and my nails are shorter now, but I still would like to try to create something very similar. If I would have started doing this design from scratch, I think I will use hard gel. But my nails were done with acrylic, and I think I'm going to use gel to do feel, but like I said, my sidewalls are missing and I decided to fix it with acrylic. At first I took some glitter acrylic and later realized that this was a bad idea because acrylics with glitter or shimmer, usually it takes longer to set, and when you're adding just a little bit like this, it would be more wise to use clear acrylic. And also I'm going to add the color on top anyways, so then I switched to the clear acrylic. On my original extensions, I had a shape which is more like almond or stiletto, but even when you're doing pointy shapes, you're not supposed to overfile the sidewalls, especially the sidewalls of the natural nail, because this is going to break down the structure of the nail. So if you want the shape to look more pointy, all you need to do is to build sidewalls that they're going into one point. Now I'm rebuilding this, and on some nails like this one you can see that there's a lot of product missing, so I'm just building this on air. And the reason I decided to use acrylic because this is simply easier and faster to do this. You do not need to use an additional form, just build it like this, but make sure you do not press too much so all the product will not go underneath the nail. Fixed the sidewalls finally, and now let's do the product application on top. I decided to use hard gel. Yes, you can absolutely combine acrylic when you're doing like feel for acrylic nails, use the gel on top, absolutely. So first I apply the base coat, cure it in LED for 30 seconds, and then I decided to use this nude milky color by the Russian brand Cosmo Profi. So first I applied on top a thin layer and I do not cure it, and then I take more gel and apply it on top. You can see this white residue of the previous color, and I was a little worried if it is going to see through, how it is going to look with another product on top. Because the point of this design from one hand is to have some semi-transparent product on the top, so you will be able to see through the glitter that is on the free edge, but on the other hand I don't really like how this line on the border of this foil looks like, and I really hope that it is going to be covered. Well, it seems like there's not enough product now, maybe I'm going to add some later. It was at least third or maybe fourth time I regretted redoing these nails once again, but it got a little better later. So I proceeded with the same technique on the rest of the nails. I applied the base coat, I cured it, and then I took just more of the milky gel. Since I filed down the product on top and the nails were originally flat and there was no apex, just imagine that at this point I only have tips on my free edge. So with this gel, I'm not just adding the missing product near the cuticles, I'm technically building the new structure of the nail. Cuticle area, apex in the middle, sidewalls, and a little bit of the free edge. Since we already have some product on the free edge, and as we go to this area the gel is going to be thinner, it will be a little see-through, and this is how we're going to achieve this look. Have you guys ever done a work like this, when you're just doing this and realize that it would be much easier if I will just remove it and start from scratch? If I would have a client with the nails like this that just scheduled an appointment and said, hey, I would like to have fill on this set, I will definitely tell them, let's just take them off and do a new one, because it will be easier, faster, and you will get the exact design that you will like. So there was not enough product on the thumb, we still do not have apex, so I decided to add more product, and now I finally covered this part that I hated so much, and I think it looks so much better now. So this is what the nails look like after curing an application. I can't say that I love the shape, which means we are going to do some shaping. Then I take off the sticky layer, and honestly, normally, after doing a feel like this with gel, I don't really shape or file the nails, I just slightly buff them. But this is the challenging work, so we need to do this. And I start by filing the product underneath because of these sidewalls that I added with acrylic. Now I need to smooth out this area underneath. And my favorite bead to do this is this cone-shaped carbide bead with green abrasive mark. And normally I use the speed, which is around 25,000 rotations per minute. Even though I added some sidewalls, the nails that I originally had were very flat. So when they were flat and without sidewalls, they didn't look too wide. But now when I added the sidewalls, the shape looked different, so I started stressing out again. So then I shaped the nails, I filed the sidewalls, and I also need to file some product on the top. Because of this additional sidewalls, the shape had changed again. This is the advantage and at the same time disadvantage when working with hard gel. It just repeats, completely mimics the surface that you have underneath. So if it was uneven and bumpy, this is exactly how you will see the final result. It is quite hard to fix the uneven surface when using the hard gel. One of the most important rules when filing and shaping the nails is that at some point you need to stop. So I did, and then I buffed the surface of the nail to make it super smooth. Let's seal it with the top coat and see the final result. At this moment, as I was sealing them with the top coat, I finally felt a relief. Now they look so much better. And this is the before and after. Let me guys know what do you think, and do you like this kind of recreation videos? Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time here on my channel, consider subscribing, as I post tutorials, makeover videos just like this one every week. See you in my next one. Goodbye.